We're joined here with former super middleweight Yusaf Mack. Yusaf, you've decided to move up to light heavyweight since the last time we spoke. There have been rumours for a few years that you were struggling to make the weight down at super middleweight. Do you feel stronger at the new weight, and how much difference do you think it will make to your performances?
I feel stronger, I feel better, you know. I ain't gotta kill myself to make weight. I ain't gotta lose 30 to 40 pounds. I can do it right, you know. I'm eating better. I'm just doing everything better, you know.
Okay, you make your return on April 11th in Illinois against a tough Mexican journeyman, Ernest Amara. How do you feel about going into this fight?
I feel strong, you know. I'm not 100%, but I'll give it 85%. Once I'm 100%, dudes out there got a problem, you know. I'm back, you know, fighting at my weight now, and I ain't worrying about nothing. I got my new trainer, you know, everything's going fine.
Okay, you seem to have been linked with a few big fights recently, but people don't seem to want to fight you. What do you think the reasons are for that?
I think because they know at my right weight, they can't deal with me, you know. 75, I got to kill myself to come from 190 to 68. I'm at 75 now, you know. They probably said this dude been lasting, like, he been going, the 2 losses he had has come from, like, being out of condition. Now that I'm in condition, you know, it's a whole different new me.
What are your ambitions for the future in light heavyweight, and how long before we see you back up operating at world class level?
I'll say 2 to 3 fights. I think the best challenge out there is Chad Dawson. For 2 to 3 fights, hopefully he give me a shot.
Okay, you've made a lot of changes to your training camp. You've got a new coach in John Tandy. How things are going, and how much has your training regime changed?
We like homies that grew up together. You know, we near the same age. You know, we get together, we get along. He say one thing, I listen. You know, if it ain't right, we work it out. Other than that, everything's fine.
Okay, you lost your father during a recent camp. I sincere condolences for that. It must have been hard for you to keep concentration, but has this made you more motivated to achieve your ambitions?
It made me stronger, it made me better, you know, it made me wiser. I think it made me older and hard because, you know, now I know I gotta fight for real. I already have to fight for my kids, but now I gotta fight for me, my kids. And my dad's last words was to go ahead and win me a title. So that's what I'm gonna do, win him a world title.
Okay. The big light heavyweight weekend's coming up soon. Chad Dawson against Glenn Johnson and Clinton Woods against Antonio Tarver. Who you picked to win these fights, and who out the four would you most like to fight?
I picked Chad Dawson, Tarver, and I would love to fight. I would love to fight Tarver before I fight Chad Dawson because I think I'll smoke him. But you know, other than that, Chad Dawson.
Okay. What are your plans immediately after the Zamora fight? Have you got any fights lined up? Are you looking to get straight back into camp?
Hopefully, I'm gonna go home for a week, spend some time with my kids, and I'll come right back and get started all over again.
Okay, you've been out of the ring since the Andrade fight, and a lot of people have written you off. How do you think Yusaf Mack has changed since the loss, and why are you so confident making such an impact on your return?
I'm gonna just show the world, let them know, you know. Everybody that knew me since I was younger, you know, my old trainer, my fans, everybody know, me in shape, there's nobody can beat me. Me in shape, you know, like wow, a giant Floyd Mayweather, you know.
Okay, good luck. Good luck for the fight, Yusaf. Is there anything you want to add to say to your fans out there?
I'll be back, you know, 1 or 2 fights. Look for me to be back on the screen, HBO, Showtime, you know, I'm back. I'm 175. Let's have it.